Thank you for tuning in to another episode of QTV, where I am your host, also creative mind and executive director and founder at Project Keep 'em Off the Streets Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit youth organization. You can find us at pcots.org. That is the acronym for Project Keep 'em Off the Streets. So again, that's PKOTS.org. But in the building, special guest, my brother from another mother, man. It's always good to see him. Every time I hear his voice or see his face, it always motivates me to keep running the race. Kidney cancer survivor, prostate cancer survivor, an overcomer, champion of life woes, the man, the myth, the legend. Serving God while I wait on my healing, no other. Presenting some and introducing to other, Jerald Dunn, aka the Saxophone Man. How you doing, my brother, man? Good Friday, happy Friday, man.
Yes, sir. Good, man. It's good to see you, man. It's always a pleasure, man. We go way back, right at the Mableton Banquet Center where it all started, with Miss Carolyn, man, and Miss Carolyn Turner, and that's where we met, man. We've been friends ever since.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Carolyn Turner, man. Yeah, and Mr. Sherman over there, man. So, what do you got going on, man?
Well, right now, after all the journeys and everything, unfortunately, we had to go back to the journey back in March 2027, 2023. There were some complications with the first transplant, which means I had to really go back and do dialysis again in March 2027.
Hold on. Let's do this. I mean to cut y'all. Let's do this. Let's take it back some. Let's introduce yourself and tell the people who you are, man. Give us and catch us up to speed a little bit. Like, where you from? Who are you?
Okay. Well, my name is Jerald Dunn, originally from Augusta, Georgia. Born and raised right there, where James Brown did a lot of his performance up there. Grew up raised by a single mom who grew up as a gospel singer in her 20s, and I started my journey in the early stages into music. Mom pushed me out there to be where I'm at today. Then I ended up started playing drums at the age of 5, and went to high school, middle school.
So wait a minute. So you were singing early too, or just instruments? You were singing too?
Yeah.
So you heard that from me, Mr. Dunn. You heard that one from me, now.
Yeah.
Let me find out you a triple, quadruple threat.
Yeah. So
talk to me.
I started doing that, and wanted to get in the band. Drums was not the option; they didn't have any available. So I was introduced to end up playing the sax. So my first instrument was tenor sax, and I played all the instruments. And Lord behold, after high school and middle school and high school, then I saw this interesting instrument that I saw Kenny G was on. I was like, man, this instrument looks different. So I wanted to try something different. And that's when I jumped on a soprano sax. Now, I've been playing the soprano sax for almost 29 years. 29.
You started in school, what grade? I mean, this was elementary something?
Elementary school up there. I was in band. Okay. I started in fifth grade, and got to sixth grade. Then I was just doing the basic drum pads and stuff over there. But when it came to the actual instruments, they didn't have drums available. So at sixth grade, I was introduced to learn how to play the sax, and I didn't know what I had then, but I fell in love with that, and I didn't know that the sax had a true calling on my life, man, and I stuck with it all this time.
Man, you sound so beautiful, man. When you're playing, man, I know just your ruach alone, man, has blessed
Yeah,
millions of people, man. Like
it has.
I
You
I,
know.
I enjoy it. So that was what you say, sixth grade. So that was like middle school or something like that.
Yeah, middle school,
Yeah,
middle
and you took
school,
that
and
thing serious too.
yeah, I did. I had an old picture, man. I should have sent you an old picture of me when I had fade, when I had a box fade, like
Send it,
Ken
send it
Blank.
to me. Send it to me.
Okay.
We'll put it out there. We'll put you on Front Street.
Yeah, man. Look, I ain't ashamed, man. I'll send it out there to you, man.
Yeah,
But
good deal, good deal, good deal.
but
So
yeah, but
sixth
that's where it
grade and
started.
so you had been playing sixth grade throughout your lifespan, and
Hmm.
um where did you go once you were done with schooling? Like where did your musical skills take you after school?
Well, I wanted to do college, and I didn't get a chance to do college at the time. Right at 32, my mom got really sick. And I found out when I was young, before I got to high school, my mom had a stroke and my mom was paralyzed. So that shifted some things for me as an only child. So I had to buckle down. And after school, I had to be home. I had to take care of my mom, man, because she was paralyzed and she was told she would never walk again. So that was the career of that. So I had to put everything that I wanted on back home, man. And then I didn't really pick the instrument up until I moved to Augusta, from Augusta, and I moved here to Atlanta, up here to Cobb County, man. And I found the church, and I said, "Look, I got to get back and fall in love with the instrument that I once fell in love." Now I didn't touch the instrument till after the '80s. I didn't pick the instrument up until I'll say about '99. So I had a calling for that, man. And once I picked that instrument back up and learned the basic, it was like a walk in the park, man. But
How did you get back to learning the basics though? What was your well, I mean, like what was that part of that section of your life? How did you get back into it?
because I would always listen to music on the radio, and I already knew the fingering, I already had an ear for music. I knew how to read music. I said, man, I need to get my hand on the sax. I said, I'm missing too many music, too many gospel things. And I found the alto sax, first of all, at a yard sale. I got a sax. It did what it needed to do. I got the first sax for $20. For $20. And then, with me starting on dialysis when I was 32, my blood pressure destroyed my kidneys at 300 over 180, but still in the realm of still practicing on this stuff while I was going through all the other stuff and picking the other instruments up, man. I needed an outlet, man, besides talking to God and praying to God, and I needed to get back into it. But once I got into it and found the church and started being around some musicians, that was it. That's all I needed. I needed that open room of opportunity to get back into the love, and the passion fell in. I mean, I was doing secular music, but when I got into the church, that changed my perspective of doing what I really love. And
Okay.
that was gospel jazz.
Yeah, that was a heartfelt thing
Oh
then.
man, yeah, yeah. My
Yeah,
mom's my mom's spirit was with me, man, and
yeah. A lot
she
of
would
people
have
don't
wanted to see
understand,
me
man,
do.
if they listen to that little voice, man, it's in there
It's always in
of
there. She
what we're
touched.
supposed to be doing. And
Yes,
we
sir.
always say now in today's time, you got to go in so you don't go without, you know?
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But she's been my
You said,
inspiration, man. She was my champion, and I think my mom was my hero, man. She pushed me more than two parents would be, because she was determined. She and my stepdad brought me my first real drum set when I was 5. My stepdad brought me my first real tenor sax before I went to after middle school, after I told them what I wanted to do. So they believed in my craft, man. And then I had family members, my mom, my uncles. They were quartet groups. So I've been around music all my life. My uncle then was a quartet. I watched them sing at church and stuff up there. My mom used to take me to church all the time.
mhm.
So it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was forced on me. It was something that she said you should try. And I fell in love with it. But I didn't know that this was going to have a great impact on my life years later after going through the trials and renal kidney failure and losing both kidneys to kidney cancer. But I kept trusting God and I just kept playing, man. So that music became my outlet. It was a stress reliever for me.
Mhm.
It was
And,
a healing point too.
and I must say too, man, not to cut you off, I gotta say, man, just knowing your story and seeing you and it's like, you know how they saying say you see a person was complaining about shoes until they saw a person with no feet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those kind of saying, man, it's like just knowing your story, brother. And when I see you, I'm just like, I ask myself, like, what in the hell am I complaining about?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You see certain people, man. I've never seen you down. I see you smiling all the way through. But you know, when you know somebody's testimony, man, it's like you just look at a person, and be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And you
yeah,
just pray and hope, like, if I happen to ever go through anything, you know what I'm saying, that I can be like you going through it. You know, I know you had your time. But what I'm saying is what you portray,
right.
what people see. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate motivation, man. Period, man. So you know, I just said, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
goals of life ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some of us ain't been through nothing compared to, you know what I'm saying, what others have been through, man. So just seeing your
exactly.
brother, hey man, I thank God for your life, man. And just all the time we have had the opportunity to kick it and talking all the different events and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to millions more.
Yeah, especially with you, man, meeting mom. You know, that's your heart, that's your goal, man.
Yeah,
When I saw your mom, when I played for you and your mom, man, your mom reminded me of my mom because her spirit was so genuine, man.
yeah,
I felt love around your family, man, and you don't understand. Not only that we're just friends, but we're true brothers in Christ, man. And I think that's with that relationship when I went through this stuff, man. You say, hey, call me, man. Look, I'm gonna pray for you, man. I'm gonna love on you. And that's what you did, man. And you kept it consistent, man. And you don't find too many brothers like that, man. And I see you out there doing your thing, you're doing your mission, you're doing your ministry. But that's what God has been doing me too with my village and my wife and my family, man. Everybody's been supporting on this journey, man. But I tell you, it's an amazing thing when you can do that instrument and when you go back and listen to yourself play. And I see why people are blessed, man, because there's a healing part to that music of that sax, man. And I didn't even know that was an important factor that you have to keep going, man. That's the healing point. That's your breaking point whenever, besides prayer, music has a way of healing.
yeah,
And I think
man.
that's why I decided to stick with it.
All in the vibrations, right?
Yeah, that's it. And that's why I
Yeah,
chose the
yeah, yeah.
soprano because the pitch, man, of the vibration, man. And that's why I stuck with the soprano sax, man. It's a different pitch than the other traditional instrument. Not saying I don't like the other instruments,
Right.
but I fell in love with that more up there. And my first instrument with the soprano sax, first person I enjoyed before John Coltrane was Grover Washington. And so that's what really inspired me to keep going, man. When I saw him and all this other stuff, man. But I watched John Coltrane and all the other artists, and I just wanted to be somebody different. I didn't want to be like them. I wanted to
Yeah.
be who God had called me to be.
Yeah, man, but you most definitely one of the greats. So you know what I'm saying? From in my book, also, have you played with a band or orchestra? Like,
Right, I
talk
did.
to us.
I did. I met these guys. I had a keyboard player named James Walker. We've been friends now almost about 20 years, and we played in church together. And then we formed a little neo soul jazz group called Connected. Now, Connected was spelled with the K instead of the CONN. It was KONN, and it was a trio with me, James Walker, and my drummer named Khalil, who was from California. And we did a lot of projects up there. Remember the Borders, Barnes and Nobles bookstore? That's where we got discovered. And on Fridays, we would do Barnes and Nobles right there on the East West Connect, and we would invite people out up there. So I played with a band. I played with other groups. I played on other projects with Carol Hatch on her CD project called Abundant Life, even though I didn't do any projects on my own. But I worked with other bands and I worked with other musicians on different projects. And but that's what really kept me busy besides the traditional solo things that I did, besides the birthdays and wedding. I just played with other secular groups up there when they heard that I can play and heard my testimony. And I did some gigs with them on a couple of sets and everything, man. So they still every now and then when that time comes, they'll reach out to me. I'm still actively doing that.
Right, right, right. So you don't play for any ministries or nothing like that. Good as you play, you know.
I am a
You're
member
not
of
getting that.
the
You're not enjoying yourself and getting that Sunday check.
Yeah, yes, sir. I am Greater St. Paul AME church over there in Austell. My
Okay.
pastor, Reverend Carla Gaines, is over there with Minister Keenan Blunt and L over there. So I did find a church over there. Very heart, very spirit, soul. My wife sings. My children are in the choir, man. So it's a family ministry, man. And I tell you. We have a high time in the Lord, man. They allowing my young girls to minister, man. They both can sing. My wife is director. It's there, man. We feel it, man. It's a family thing. It's like the entire family sings and
Wow,
worship.
that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Drumline said one band, one sound.
one band, one sound. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
yeah. So so
That's it.
so so what do you do day to day? What's your occupation, and what do you love to do? What's your hobbies?
Right now, I'm still down at Fulton County. Administrative specialist down in Fulton County. I've been in Fulton County. This September will be 19 years
Awesome.
as an admin there.
Okay.
So I work in the water and sewer department. So we manage and take care of the residents all up in North Fulton, Johns Creek, Roswell, Alpharetta, City, and Milton. And we maintain their water and sewer and make sure that they have good quality water and good running sewer. And when there's a problem, they call me and I respond to the calls and we make sure we send our team out there to take care of those customers, man. And that's a daily task for that, because without water and sewer, you don't have anything at home. So those are the two necessities besides the light and stuff than what you need, man. And Public Works is a good company, man.
Yeah, and without it, man, this world would be a cesspool.
Yeah. Yeah, so they rely on us and rely on those guys out in the field, but they also rely on the customer service to get the job done as well too.
Right, right, right. I know you're just doing your job, man, but thank you
Yeah,
for all you do, sir.
yes, sir.
Most
Yes,
definitely. I know
sir.
you got a testimony to tell, man. So, like, take us back to that time when you got those diagnoses, man. Where were you in life, and what were you doing?
I had just moved here. They were trying to get everything stable, man, because my blood pressure, really at the age of 17, was really somewhat out of whack. Even doing school after my mom and everything, and I didn't get a chance to get the opportunity to go when I needed to go. And when I moved here, they were trying to get me on the right medications, and I was seeing this doctor, then I was seeing this specialist and everything, and she was trying to get me on the right medication to lower my blood pressure, but it was not in time, and I didn't have a job or something at the time. I was doing temp jobs at the time, and we was just trying to get that thing stable. And Lord behold, I was having migraine headaches, and I got a call
So
from a doctor.
you were having symptoms that you didn't really feel, didn't
That
know probably at the time too, huh?
Right. I didn't know what
Yeah.
those symptoms was. I was just having migraine headaches, and I would take goody powders and Coca-Cola, just try to do what I have to do. And then when the doctor called and said, Doc, I've been having headaches for 2 days, but we need to go in and get you in and do a blood pressure, do some blood work and everything. Found out, said, Mr. Dunn, your blood pressure is high. Your kidney has failed. We're gonna have to do emergency surgery, man, or you're gonna die. And this was at 32 years of
32.
age. 32.
Yeah. Yeah. So
32.
so so did you what do you think the cause of the elevated blood pressure at that age?
Stress and hypertension.
Yeah, yeah. And I think
Stress and
so many, so many of
hypertension,
so many of us deal with
poor
that. Yeah.
poor diet, and a lot of other factors and stuff up there. But the reality of going on and having emergency surgery to do a dialysis, that it was shocking to me. Man, I was scared. My heart was racing because I've never experienced anything like that. And the time I did it for 6 years. And then I end up losing both of my original kidneys to kidney cancer. In '01 and '04, I had to have both of my original kidneys removed.
And where did that stem from? I mean,
Uh,
I hope I'm not intruding. Answer.
no, it's good. It's
Okay.
good. I don't know. I mean, I was at the dialysis center and it was just some lip notes or something like that, and they said it was kidney cancer. I've never had anybody else in the family. I don't think that didn't run with my mom or my grandmother. I think the hereditary with them was just hypertension that ran in the family.
Mhm.
So I never knew what the kidney cancer came in. But the thing was that they got them both in time. The right kidney had cancer in '01. The left one had cancer and it was removed in '04. My mom had passed away July 21st. Matter of fact, 2002 is when my mom transcended from home while I was on this dialysis thing. And I was on it for the first 6 years of waiting. And it was a challenge, man. So it was really kind of hard to say why all of this was going on at the same time, but I was still in ministry. I was still trusting God, man. I didn't understand what I was going through, but I would go to revival all the time and they would pray for me and they said, "Do you believe that God is going to heal and restore your body?" And when you think about it, man, you ready to give up sometimes. So being on that thing for 6 years,
Yeah, can only imagine.
yeah, day in and day out, 3 days a week, running 4 hours a day.
Dialysis.
4 hours. Yes, 4 hours, three times a week for 4 hours a day, 4 hours, man. And it was tremendous. It was tiresome, exhaustion. The transplant did come after 2006, after I was terminated from a company. And that kidney transplant actually went 16 years before it actually declined and failed again. And what failed on the second round, they were trying to run some tests on why the levels wasn't right. And when they did a biopsy to try to get tissue sample, I think they pressed too hard and did some scar tissue damage to the new kidney. And that's when it started to decline. And that's why I had to go back on dialysis March 27, 2023. And then
So do you
now,
believe in do you believe some of these ailments that people suffer with today, do you believe it's do you believe things are hereditary? Or do you
I believe
think
they might have been
yeah.
somewhat of a
Not just with
hereditary.
you, I'm saying in general. I've thought about that too. I think I saw a movie and it was like going back to earlier times, and it was like, is it really hereditary, or were we being fed and eating the same thing Big Mama was eating? That's how I looked at it when I saw that movie. I was
Right,
like, you know what? We were all eating the same thing. So is it
right.
hereditary or was it habit that we all, you know, the fat back, the
I
pork
mean, I
chops, and
mean,
all
because
the
when I
greasy, you know what I'm saying? The greasy and the greens.
but even though for that, after the transplant, I didn't have any blood pressure issues. I controlled what I eat. I control because I'm not a salt person, man. I mean, my diet now. I mean, I have my moments, but when it comes to food up there, I don't have any blood pressure issues now. Now that I'm back on dialysis, I am not on blood pressure. From the first time I was on dialysis, before that, I was on 7 blood pressure pills. I have not been on blood pressure in 3 years.
Wow. Wow.
So, there's a mindset changing of what you want to do, how you want to do. You got to want to change. You got to
Yeah.
want to do the things. Every now and then you can have this and have that, but it's in moderations, but
Mm-hmm.
just don't overdo certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time,
Change has
after
always had to start in the mind.
right, right.
Got to change that mind first.
And then 9 months later, I knew that I was having some prostate issues because it was elevation and stuff. Long story short, in the same year after dialysis, 9 months, three days before Christmas, I was diagnosed with early stage prostate cancer. And we caught that in time and did the procedures on it. We didn't do the surgery. We did radiation. So we did 3 months of radiation. We rung the bell. So July the 11th of this month would be 2 years early stage prostate cancer free.
Hey man,
I'm
congratulations.
25 years cancer free from kidney cancer from losing
Mm.
both my original kidneys to back up the story. So that's a double blessing to be kidney cancer
Yes,
free,
it is. Yes, it
now
is.
prostate cancer free, you know. So that's where I've been
You know,
maintaining.
a,
So
a, a, a man of your testimony, man of your life, bro. like
Yeah,
for real.
yeah,
But then in my studying lately, I believe I've seen enough stats that the blood pressure issue hasn't been sodium. And I'm just tell you what I mean or what I've been hearing that I've been holding on to, that everything seems like it stems from sugar. You know what I'm saying?
right,
The diabetes thing, it's not really the blood pressure, because in my house I'm telling them as well, like, I understand the vitamins, and then we have minerals. And I believe that we are made up. The components are minerals. Vitamins are, what do we take vitamins to supplement what we're not
right,
getting in the food, but what we need are minerals, right? But
right,
sodium is in our makeup, so we have to have sodium. We have to have the sodium. I understand the salt, sodium, and all the iodine situation, but it seems like the the sugar, the elevation in the blood, the sugar in the blood has been the issue. And then it's like, because people think salt is the reason for blood pressure, but it's just the fact when you have the high blood pressure not under control is why you have to leave off the salt.
hmm,
I've been told if you elevate your potassium, because your body
right,
has a sodium potassium pump, if you up the potassium, it was supposed to excrete and get rid of the high levels of sodium. So just in my reading with the
right,
past few years, man, I've been trying to correct a lot of stuff myself. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I'm
right,
dealing with that high blood pressure and almost stroked that, and you know what I'm saying. Your heart looking like this. So I get it. I get it that we have to make life changes, and
right.
I believe I want to tell the viewers and listeners too, as they are under the sound of your voice as well as mine. Like, we have to make changes now, because
Exactly,
a lot of time
exactly.
we've been eating wrong for 40 years, 30 years, and those
Right,
years got to catch up with us one day.
right.
You can speak to that.
Right, yeah, man. So the good thing about this now, I am actively back on the transplant list approval. Thank God for that. What they did, since I had a previous transplant with University of Alabama, they backdated my time. Then I started having kidney issues in 2021, so I'm 5 years. So I'm scheduled to go back down to Birmingham August the 7th. What they have to do with is called a year evaluation. They want to make sure that I do another chest x-rays, blood work, pelvic exam, just make sure that everything is current, everything is good, because they're ready to go ahead and do this second transplant. First time had it, I was a little nervous. I think on this waiting part, with the title Serving God While I Wait, I think my mindset and journey is ready for this second one. Yeah, it's going to be some complications, but my mindset is focused on these people that I've dealt with before, and I'm ready to do this second journey. I'm ready to tell the after story
Yeah.
of the second healing, man. When anytime when
And
you
it don't
go
have
through
to, and
this,
it don't have to be no side effects and that like that. I mean,
no, no,
yeah.
but I'm
And
grateful
don't and
for
don't
the
look and don't look forward to it. You know what I'm saying? Just go through the
right.
motion, man. You're a brave soldier, and I know
Yeah.
you're on the battlefield. So go in, man. I know the good Lord gonna be with you. However,
They allow me to always pray before I go under. That has been one of the things I've always had my surgeries, that I go and pray, and then when I come out, I tell God, thank you for bringing me out of that surgery, man. That's huge for me. But that's been the journey, man. So you still have to do your ministry, whether if you're in the church or out of the church. You still got to serve while you waiting on
you
him.
wait.
He has the final say,
Yeah,
and you just I gotta trust the process.
yeah. I know you've been wanting to tell your testimony too, man. So I'm gonna allow you to start wherever you start, man. I know you have something to say, but I don't want to keep you.
No,
Um,
man.
But no, I'm just saying, I want to give you the floor to start wherever you start, or give the people, man, or whatever we want to talk about. But I know it's your life, man. So I want to just hear what you have to say.
Well, um, like I said, we just started all over with with coming from being on dialysis the first time to a first kidney transplant to 16 years, and um, declined about 3 years ago in 2023. That's not where I wanted to be, but once I got adapted to going through this again, I mean that stone will, that stone prayer, that support for my wife and my kids, and man, and everybody is in there. And then my pastor, who's definitely been praying for me, man. I tell you, the prayers of a righteous avail of much. When you
Well,
have that circle and you have that village and you have people praying for you, man, it makes you want to continue to press forward. It makes
yeah,
you want to
fight that
continue to.
fight.
Yes, that fight,
Faith,
man.
you got to faith it till we make it, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I
Faith it
mean,
till
I'm
we
just
make it, man.
determined. But to watch the other people around there, man, I lost one of my closest friends that was on it when I went back the second time, and I didn't know she was on it for 25 years when I started this second time. About 2 months later, she ended up passing. So I've lost some friends along the way in the Dallas's world, man. But God has kept me as a vessel, man, and keeping my mind doing it, even in the toughest times when I'm going through that and that machine is pulling and cleaning the blood. I'm meditating and I'm blocking whatever the sound is out, and I have my earbuds in and I'll listen to music, or I'll post something, man, and I'll just listen to some gospel music, man. That's what keeps me motivated, man. So I'm trusting God for the process, man, and I know if He did it before, He'll do it again. But this time, He'll make you just wait a little bit. Sometimes a lot of people don't learn how to wait patiently on
Hey,
God.
people don't even know, man. When you pray,
Hmm.
waiting is a job all by itself.
Yes, sir. That's
You
it.
want to see it manifest, man. You're gonna have to hold on.
You got to hold on. You got to talk to them. You got to have a communication. Not only that, you got to have that relationship too. That's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
That's a plus, man.
You
But
got to at least have the mustard seed.
yes, that's that faith, man. That is
You
a
got to at
faith.
least have a
I,
mustard seed.
I remind myself of the story of Job, man, of everything that he's gone through, man. And when I think about the overcoming the trials. So every time I try to move, there's the trials and there's that. But I keep trusting God. And then I remember when that song came out, man, I trust in God. He would never fail. And that song has been sticking with me, man, up until this point. So when I think about my problems and the trials, man, and I look back on where God has truly brought me from, Q, and it's been amazing. And I just can't wait to see what else He has greater in store for me in my life.
Sir, yes, sir, man. You know, it always somewhere we must be and some people we must meet. You know.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, give the people, man, a message, man, before you get out of here, man. Like going through your life, looking back over your life and your childhood, all the way up to your music ministry. What is a word in today's time, seeing how the world is turning and flipping and whatever it's doing? Have at it, sir.
Or um, be not conformed to the things of this world, because this world is already chaotic, man. So with all your trials and errors, why not trust God? Because He is the author and the finisher of our faith. And long as we have those things to communicate with God and talk with God and worship, and just have that time with Him. You have to put in that time with Him. One thing I know about Him, He will not force Himself on upon anybody. God gives us free will when we want to talk with Him in relationship. We talk to Him just like we're talking to our family member. God is me, and this, but all through the journey, just that Galatians 6 and 9 have stick to me, man. I'm just been patiently waiting on God to do it. And even though I'm going through this, God, I still trust you. I've never stopped trusting you.
Mhm.
But even in the toughest times, even in your darkest time, you still got to go to Him. And when you go to Him, make that request known. And when you make that request known, you give it to Him and you leave it for Him to do it. Don't you try to go undo something that He already made promise that He said He would do for you.
And I've been told and learned His word cannot return back void.
No, sir.
So
No,
whatever
sir.
He said, hey, wait on it.
Wait on it.
Put your
Wait
weight
on it.
on it.
Yeah, you better put your weight on it.
Put your weight on it.
Better put your weight on it, man. But just putting my trust and faith in Him, man, and those quiet times and listen to God, man, when He speaks, man. Sometimes there's a time when I have tears, Q, when I cry, when I don't understand. But He said, "I know you're going through, son. I know you're going through." He said, "But those not tears of sadness." He said, "But I got you. But just hold on." There were some people that always encouraged me. My dialysis nurses always encouraged me, Mr. Dunn. She said, everything is going to be all right. She said, your time is coming. Trust the process. But sometimes when other people are giving you a word too, that's powerful in itself up there to say, you know what? God, I can do this. I can do all things through you. I believe in you. So that motivation from other people, man, and families and stuff up there, that's what makes you keep going.
And
You have to.
people don't understand, man, how you can speak life into someone. And I've been finding myself saying that often too. It really takes nothing to make a person feel good.
Right.
Because if words are power and the power of life and death in the tongue, we can speak life to each other.
That's it.
We see people out they don't want to speak, man. Like it's bound up in their mouth and they don't understand what they can manifest and make happen just by shifting the atmosphere by their verbal command.
Right. That's correct.
You
That's
understand what I'm
correct.
saying? And I
That's
hope
correct.
people grab hold of that too. So over at Project Keep Them Off the Street, man, what I'm doing over there with the youth and stuff like that. Give the youth a positive message that will better their tomorrow.
Stay focused on the course. Um, Still listen to your parents. I mean, we have teens ourselves, man, and they're 15 to 16. And the most important thing is, man, keep those kids in the Word and tell them about the Lord, and also teach those kids how to pray, man. That is an important factor out there. You got to do everything for your children. Charity starts at home. If you don't do what you need to do at home for them, the world will show them otherwise.
The
And
first
that's an
ministry. It's
important
the first
factor.
ministry at home.
Right, right. That's why I wonder why my mom was so tough on me when I was young in the older days up there. Because now to throw this back, they used to have prayer circle or so whatever the women had, and all the women would go to these houses and they would pray and make the kids pray and do scriptures and everything. But they kept us grounded and stuff up there. But that stuff kept us even where we are now, even though we may have strayed away from that point, but we always had something to go back. It's almost like the prodigal son, even though he got out there and did this and all that stuff, but dad always told him, you can always come home.
That's
But
it, man.
that's how it is with God. You might stop, but you can always come home when you confess and when you do all the things that you need to do. I mean, that also applies for the kids, man. So we got to stay on them because they fight no warfare out there,
Yeah,
man.
they
These
fighting
people,
something all themselves, man. They don't understand. They don't even know what it is.
yeah,
They don't know what it is, man. They got to just have
yeah.
the proper guidance, man. And man, shouts out, two hand salute, man. Shouts out them people that keep us in their prayers, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
People that
sir.
we don't even know praying for us. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I got people
Yeah,
that pray for me every day when
those unheard prayers. You feel?
unheard prayers, man. And
Yeah,
that's my mom and everything up there. She was worried about me when she was going through, but it was those unheard prayers, man, always came through. Yes, sir.
that's it. That's it. So how does one? I want you to send me some videos too, man. We're gonna put some videos in this clip as well. How
Okay.
does one, get your service, man, and bring
Well,
that beautiful music to their dwellings?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. They can reach me at Jerald Dunn, JeraldDunn. I am accepting bookings for birthdays, weddings, corporate events, funerals. I'm on call for a lot of funerals through Alfonso Dalton, Murray Brothers, Willie Watkins, whoever has it. Sometimes it's not through the funeral home. Sometimes other families or resources, family reunions, special occasions outside. I don't really do clubs or anything up there. A lot of them are just private events like weddings, anniversaries, housewarmings, family reunions, or church events, whether it's men's program, church anniversaries. I cover all the bases, man, on there.
All
So,
of it, all of it. So
but
do you happen to um, instruct, teach music?
I tried to do that at one time, but with the schedule, makes it a lot hard to do that. But when my daughter said she wanted, I got to tell you this. So my 16-year-old daughter ended up playing the sax. So she's my sax. So my young girls
Really?
are musicians as well. They're clarinet,
Yeah.
keyboard, and sax. So she kind of mimicked that, and she already had a skill, take it in the band, and she has a definitely a good ear for music, man. And she mimic and she plays alto, man. And to watch her do that, man, is phenomenal. It's almost watching a little you come to life, man, than with your children. So I mean, they were around music, so I really didn't have the
That's
time,
how
but
you get it. That's how you get it. That's how you get it. That's how you get it.
so
Now,
everybody's is musically inclined. My older girls were inclined. My grandchildren, two of my grandsons are baritone and trumpet, so they're also musician as well too. So the music still is still in the family.
that's it, man.
Still in
That's
the
it.
family. Yeah,
That's
they're
it.
still in
That's
the
it.
family.
Put your cash app, any kind of institution where you accept funds, man.
My cash app is $ uh, a Sax Man Dunn is my cash app. We're still trying to work on this documentary and book that they want to try to go in and do, man, serving God while I wait. So that's something that we're working on. When I did this breast cancer thing, and I have a lady that really wants me to get involved with that. She said she would help me try to get some things published and everything up there. So I would need all the support that I can so I can tell that story, educate people. And the serving while I wait, man, is not specifically just for me on the waiting time. It's for anybody, whether they're going through a kidney issues or lupus or breast cancer or whatever ailment that they have. We still must continue to serve and wait on God for our deliverance and our healing. And that is a factor for me, man. And that's why I have to continue to keep pressing. I got to keep, telling the testimony.
That's it. That's it. So what do you say before we go? What do you say to those that are suffering in silence? I see your spirit, man, is very open and you don't mind sharing because I'm quite sure that we both know that our life is not our own, man, and we are blessed through our testimony. But
Right.
say something to those that are suffering in silence, man, and need
Men-
something but
men-
they don't know
mental
how to.
mental health is a hard thing, man. I didn't know that was gonna always have a part of me. Going back on dialysis was just one thing. The mental health through all the stuff and the silence thing of people not really understanding, that is a hard reality for people that's going through silence. And a lot of people can't handle that type of pressure like that. And a lot of people end up committing suicide because of the mind thoughts of that when they know they just give up at that time. Because when I didn't realize that going on dialysis and your mind is going different places while that blood is being pulled out there, my mind has a lot of thoughts, man, and there be negative thoughts. And I have to come in with the word, man. You have to speak the word, man, because if you don't, that mind get to wondering and everything and the silence and everything, it is a deadly factor and it's not a thing to play with the mind.
Yeah, yeah. I like
The
the way
mental
you speak.
awareness and stuff.
Yes,
That's why we have mental awareness day, man, because some people can't tolerate dealing with all that stress, man. So when they don't know how to reach out to people, man, they're silent. It is a silent thing. They're silent and they don't know what to say. They don't know how to go about it or know about getting help. Because if they don't get the help, man, that stress will kill you.
yeah. Some people
Stress
don't
will
even know
take
how
you
to
out of
act,
here.
man. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So I'm
tell,
glad
tell,
that I
tell.
have outreach, man, and when I'm at the center and those
Yeah.
nurses help me out.
So I want you to say it from your voice, though, to those people to ask for some help. I mean, I want you to tell them, instruct
Yes.
them what to do.
Yeah, if you have a crisis, reach out to the mental health helpline or any type of organization that you might be in. They are there to help you to save a life. Do not try to do this on your own because it is a struggle when things are silent because people cannot read your mind if you don't open up and say something. So they have a lot of programs out there for, mental health crisis, this program or whatever that particular person may be going through. Get help. It's,
Get
it's
help.
very important when you're going through. So, yeah.
Mr. Dunn, before we get out of here, man, plug all your social medias in, man. Plug yourself in again.
Again, Jerald Dunn on social media, Facebook, JeraldDunn for weddings, for bookings, Instagram, and then I also have TikTok as well too. So for all occasions, bookings, weddings, housewarming, corporate events, funerals, I'm there to accommodate and take care of everybody's needs, or as well as church events for corporate events and Men's Day and Women's Day program.
Hey, man, Jerald Dunn, the Saxophone Man, is in the building, man. QTV. It's somewhere over there, ain't it? Mr. Dunn, give him that slogan again. Serving God while you do what?
Serving God while I wait on my healing.
That's it. That's it. QTV Multimedia. Jerald Dunn, good to see you, my brother. Hope to see you soon. We can grab a bite, a wing, or something.
Yes, sir.
QTV Multimedia, where pictures are worth
Yes,
a
sir.
1,000 words, but the video tells it all. Today's
Yes,
special
sir.
guest, Jerald Dunn, the Sax Man. Love you for free,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Love you too, bro.
Till the next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love.
All right. Peace and love.